Well, hello there, friends. Rebecca here, your friendly neighborhood dragon librarian from Farmington Community Library. And Razzie and I are here today because we wanted to talk to you about a wonderful, incredible book that we just recently read and absolutely loved. And hopefully you will love it as well. This is yet another book, and this is like the fourth or fifth one in a row, I would have to say, where I was reading the library copy of this book and I loved it so much that I actually bought my own copy. That's been happening a lot lately. But I've been reading a lot of really good books lately, so it's okay, right? Totally okay. And this book is also really special because it is May right now, which means it is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, which is really awesome because this author is Asian American. The book features Asian American characters, and the story is very tied up in culture and history as well. So what is this book that I'm going on and on about? It is Portrait of a Thief by Grace D. Lee. Portrait of a Thief. Now, the reason I originally picked this book up, I hadn't heard too much about it originally, but then I started seeing it everywhere, and all these reviewers were talking about it, and it's all over social media. It's everywhere. Everybody's talking about this book, and I thought, well, all right, I guess I'm going to give it a try. And it's basically about a group of Chinese American young adults in their early 20s or in college, who plan these different heists at all these different Western museums to steal Chinese artifacts to take them back to their home country. What? Yes, that is amazing. It's kind of like Ocean's 11, right? Or Ocean's 13, but with the cultural aspect tied into it as well. I have never read a heist story that had me so captivated before this book. It's absolutely amazing. So there's 5 different points of view because there's 5 people in the team. So Will is the main character. He is a Harvard senior who is studying art history, and he loves history, especially, obviously art history, Chinese art history, and he feels really connected to these artifacts. He's got his sister Irene, who is into politics and public speaking and just can basically talk her way out of anything. There's Lily, who is a car racer. She is also going to college, but her main love is racing cars and just winning all sorts of amazing things. And then you've got Daniel, who is a thief and one of Will's best friends. And then you've got Alex, who is an MIT dropout who has been working in computer and technology in Silicon Valley. So all these 5 people get together. They are contacted by this really secret but not so secret organization in China who says, hey, we are going to pay you guys $50 million to steal this group of artifacts. Specifically, they're these zodiac heads that each different museum has one, and a Chinese zodiac head. So they have to go to all these different museums to steal them, to take them back to China. And if they do, each one of these people gets $10 million. What would you do if you were offered that kind of money? So there's a lot of different aspects of this, right? So you've got the money aspect. These kids are all in college. They've got a lot of loans. They've got a lot of families that are depending on them. Some of them are the first ones in their family to go to college. So a lot is riding on them. There's a lot of expectations for that. So the money aspect is obviously a very big part of why they have motivation to do this. But then the other half of the motivation, obviously, is that the museums have a very long history of colonization and stealing artifacts away from civilizations. And they feel like they have a responsibility to take these items back and get them back to where they originally belong. So there is a lot of different aspects that go into this book. Each one of these characters, and I love that the chapters differentiate between points of view for each one of them. So you really get inside each one of their minds. But each one of these characters has their own reasons for doing this, their own connection to China, their own connection to their culture and heritage, and reasons for why they want to do this. So this book is primarily a heist story. It's a thriller. It's super exciting to try to see these guys try to figure out the best way in each museum to steal the artifact. But it's also such a brilliant story about culture and heritage and their connection to it. And it does not shy away from, like I said, museums' long bloody history of stealing artifacts, stealing items from different cultures. So there's a lot of that in this as well. It's a beautiful story, and it's just really well written too. I was really captivated and just mesmerized by this book by the third chapter because it was such a unique story that was just absolutely amazing. I highly recommend this book. It's phenomenal. You'll have to give it a shot. Portrait of a Thief. So that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that this book sounds interesting and that you find it just as thrilling as I did. If so, please feel free to check it out from Farmington Community Library. And also please give this video a like. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of the day, friends.